Hey guys, how you doing? This is your boy Henry, aka Mr. H. Man, it's good to have you guys here on this YouTube channel. This is my very first video, and I just wanted to document basically my weight loss journey and sort of, in a way, just give back, to YouTube, because it's YouTube which actually inspired me to actually go on to and do this weight loss journey. This is where I actually got all my tips, all my lessons, and get so with other people, who are basically trying to achieve the same thing that I wanted to achieve. So guys, I've been fat my whole life basically, or I've considered myself fat or chubby or just overweight like my whole life. There was never really a point whereby I was excited about my weight or my physique. As far back as I can remember, I've always tried or sought to lose weight, get fitter, but I never really, had the strategy for it. It was I can remember, way back, when I was just, probably a young kid, in primary school, elementary school. I was never good at athletics. I actually dreaded doing athletics. Athletic season was actually my worst time at school, because we always used to run every week, and do some, if they could, marathons or just some cross country. It was just races which were probably under 5 miles. Yeah, we used to do that, and less than 5 kilometers basically, and that was the worst time of my life. That 3 months at school was definitely the worst time of my life, because I was just chubby. I was unfit. I couldn't run those races. It was just a nightmare, because I wasn't obviously equipped the right way. So that was always a challenge, for me. So that's basically my weight history. Primary school, middle school, high school. It was just terrible for me. I wasn't confident because of my weight, and all the things that come with that. If I look at my college days as well, I was just doing what I was doing. Again, never excited about obviously I'll try to enroll at a gym, but never really got the results, because obviously we didn't have the education, which told us that nutrition is also an important factor of fitness, or of your being healthy at the end of the day. So we didn't have that information, or at least I didn't have it, because I didn't have probably as much access to the internet and to platforms like YouTube, such as this, which could actually give me the information that I needed to actually be successful at that. So college went by, started working, still weight was an issue. And it was only until recently that I basically, started being more involved. But I could say even for the past probably 5 years, I've still been trying to lose weight. When you do, then you tell yourself that, I'm going to lose weight now, and you do that stint for basically a month or two, or a month and a half. You get onto this stint of going to the gym, you start running, but you're never really getting any real results. Which is quite terrible. At the end of the day, that's not what you want, and it's quite discouraging. And there's a lot of, basically, it can get to you with regards to your not self-worth per se, but you just feel, you don't want to be constantly discouraged, or just feel that, I'm failing to actually do this and achieve A, B, and C. You don't want to be actually in that space. You just want to be able to do something and do it well. And that's where, I felt that I was. So I've been probably working for the past 6 years now. During all that time, I tried gym, I tried all these things, and nothing would seem to work. And I would then get back to bad habits, to old habits, simply because, you know, there's no point of doing the same thing over and over again and not getting results. So if you're not getting results, it frustrates you. And unfortunately, when it comes to eating and weight, you know, if you're frustrated and, you know, when you let go, you know, you just keep on piling up the pounds. You keep on piling up the pounds. So I think at my worst, you know, at my very worst, you know, in terms of weight and all these things, it's probably 107 kgs, right? 107 kgs, guys. This is not a joke. You know, this is a lot of weight. This is a lot of weight, and I think in pounds, because we multiply that by 2.25, I think that's 2.205. That's about 235 pounds. That's crazy, right? That's at my waist. And I'm going to show you some pictures. Let me just pull up some pictures just for you guys to just see how this thing, you know, had been going for me. And this is terrible, man. 107 kgs or 235 pounds and 235.895 pounds, man. That is a lot of weight, you know. And every time I tried to lose weight, you know, or try to run, get onto a stint of running and all these things, I'll end up at about, you know, I'll do that for a while, you know, get into it, and I'll end up at about, you know, 93 kgs, which is about 205.03 pounds, which was always like a set weight for me, you know, which I just couldn't understand. That I would always end up there, and I couldn't break through that barrier. And what would end up happening is that because I couldn't break through that barrier, I'll get frustrated, or I'll give up, because I'll be exercising, training, you know, on some sort of diet for about a month and a half. And if you're not really seeing the results you want to see, because your physique is not really changing that much, you know, you end up quitting. You know, and it becomes a roller coaster. You know, you're back to the, you know, to your comfort foods. You're back to your carbs. You're back to, you know, your sugary drinks. Just trying to have a good time. You know, your sodas, man. Because I mean, who cares? You know, you're back into action and doing all these things. So that was always quite a stressful time for me. You know, I would hit the gym hard. You know, every second day or every day. You know, you are on. You know, you're hitting the weights, doing the squats, you know, you're on doing the cardio, you're in the cardio classes, all these things, and it's high intense on, you know, on your physique as well. Like getting injured because, you know, you're probably not doing things the right way because you've got a lack of information. You know, what was basically happening. So I would get up to 93. So the time, I think the most recent time before this was actually last year, when I tried to, you know, get back in shape, and I also hit 93 as well. That was about in November 2019. Then, you know, I had stuff happened. You know, my dad fell ill, and I had to go home and, you know, look after him and be with my mom. So that was also a stressful time. So obviously the eating, you know, got back into action with the eating, you know, and threw the whole program out of the window. Then I was back to my weight, 107 kgs, 235 pounds, man. So enter 2020, and you know, guys, the drama was 2020, everything, the lockdown, you know, everything that was going down, you know, this whole situation right now with this pandemic, and we're locked in the houses, you know, lockdown. So my wife and I were locked down in the house. First weeks of March, you know, trying to make a plan. What can we do about this? Then, obviously, we did our panic buying with a whole lot of food. And you know how it is. If you've got a lot of food, the next thing to do is to do a whole lot of cooking, a whole lot of eating. So we would eat. It was only 2 weeks into our lockdown, and I realized that, you know what, either I'm going to come out of this as a balloon, probably going to have a heart attack, or my immune system is going to be so low that I'm going to be attacked even by whatever this virus is going to, you know, if it happens to infect me, I'll be severely infected because of my immune system. So I decided to do something about it. So I remember I just started, you know, jogging, in our complex. We stay in a gated sort of security complex, and the circumference or the perimeter rather, is about 1 kilometer. So I'll do like these rounds, 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, 3 kilometers, and started slowly getting into the groove of jogging, almost every second day. Started with about 5 kilometers and progressed into 10 kilometers because I've jogged before, so the muscle memory and things like that. So I got back into it. I got back into it. Then I just decided that let me actually look after myself as well with regards to eating. Then I started eating better. So actually what happened is that back last year when I had tried to lose weight early in October, I actually stumbled upon the keto diet, right, or the keto lifestyle. And I heard this from actually a comedian, one of the comedians in the States, the Instagram social media comedians. It's called Marlon Webb, a hilarious guy. And he was just talking about how he actually, lost a ton of weight, I think in 4 months' time, on the, keto plan or the keto lifestyle. And he also just described that, I think what really caught my attention is the way that he had also been struggling with his weight, but until he actually got the right information. And I think he actually refers to Dr. Berg. I'll actually put the links of these the YouTube videos I actually saw, and he used to talk about Dr. Berg and Thomas DeLauer and how he got the required information or the required education that he wanted from those channels, and he got onto the with the keto lifestyle and exercising and things like that. And that was really inspiring, man. If you guys see, for me. And I was like, and I remembered that. I was like, what, let me try. So I tried it in November last year, October, November, but I failed. I just fell off the wagon. And this time, 2020, March, April, I was like, what, let me start this thing again. Let me give it a go. Let me get to 100% on this keto plan, and let me get the education. Because guys, the issue really when it comes to eating and it comes to weight and health, it's about the education. Because if you don't really understand and know why you're doing something and why you should do it, you're gonna quit. Even if you start doing it for the wrong reasons, to say that, okay, I just want to look fab. There's nothing wrong with looking fab, which was my motivations in the past. But I didn't have the more compelling reason, which is your health. I come from a family, which is, when I look at my parents, when I look at my grandmother, the issue of hypertension, blood pressure, it's massive. As I basically decided that, enough was enough. I had to take control of my life and, got onto keto, got onto intermittent fasting, got my exercising on point. I was running every second day, and that was amazing, at least 3 times a week. So I just said, let me just do this video for you guys, just telling you that, I made it in terms of, just getting, the right plan for myself. And it's a journey. The journey continues. And I want to share that journey with you guys, especially my experience on the keto diet or keto lifestyle, intermittent fasting. Being healthy, basically, as Dr. Berg says, that, you need to be healthy first, become healthy, and the fat will come off, the weight will fall off. But you need to become healthy first, internally. So I just want to go through that journey with you guys. I'm going to be posting more videos weekly, at least once every single week. I'm going to be posting more videos for you guys just about the keto journey itself. Then in the future, I'll probably progress to other things. But first of all, I just want to go through this journey of, this most recent thing that is happening in my life right now. So hit the notification bell, subscribe, hit the notification bell, so that you can actually hear more from me. When I want to post, I'm going to be posting on some of the the hot topics or the most the key topics, or key experiences you might actually encounter on the keto lifestyle. And so that's what I'm going to do. Guys, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for watching this video, and I will catch you next time, man. Love you guys. God bless. Cheers.